Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I've reached financial independence and I'm discussing topics to help others on their pathway to financial independence. And the subject to talk about today is financial in nature, but it has to do with the events that happened with Charlie Kirk. I live in Utah. This is a tragedy that occurred in our own state, same state. It's really shocking about what the ramifications of that event, and I think we're going to be living with those results for years to come. We've only seen the beginnings of that. But one of the things that I'm just really surprised in is the social media posts that have occurred from a lot of folks on the very liberal left political side of the spectrum, and then seeing the ramifications if they openly celebrated the slaying of a person that many of them have lost their jobs because of the radicalized postings that they put out there, and then their shock and awe when something they do in their social media life has ramifications in their regular life. And so, as the financial principle, the thing to be aware of is be really careful about the things that you post on social media. Um, a lot of people use it as a sounding board to vent, to get emotions out. I'm not sure why people love to do that. I think, the folks that really vent a lot maybe have some kind of a need, an emotional need that they're not getting met in their regular lives, and somehow the social media aspect gives them something that they're needful of. But just as a general word of advice is be very careful about the content that you post on social media, because it can have ramifications for you in your life, whether it's future employment with your current employer. um, the I know employers often, if for new hires, they will look at the social media sites from employees or potential employees to kind of look to see what kind of a person this is. Do we want to hire this person with their sociological aspects, the things they post? It can affect your future jobs, as well as so I don't know, what's that principle? Just be really cautious about the things you post online, because the digital media is there forever. So may not be wise. You may have some um, strong opinions, but really social media may not be the place for those. And on this channel, I just try to stick with the idea of finance things. What affects finance topics? I am not doing this to vent or because I have any kind of emotional need for talking about these topics. It's not why I'm doing this channel. It's to try to give advice to help younger generations or other folks nearing retirement. But yeah, just in general, be super careful about what you post online. And it can be a danger. I've even heard of like people who go on vacation and they're posting about the great experiences that are having on vacation, but then someone nefarious has been watching their account that knows them and knows that, hey, they're out of town, and then their house gets robbed because they're having a great time posting about their vacation, but that just signaled to someone nefarious that, hey, this family is not at home during this time. So be careful. Also, like personal data, if you reveal that online, it can give the wrong person access to accounts. If you put your birthday on social sites, uh, people can use that information against you. I've tried really hard to not put my birthday on social sites. When Facebook asks for your birthday, I do not put my real birthday down there. And I end up getting birthday wishes from a lot of folks on the wrong day every year. And sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not really my birthday. But sometimes I just don't even tell them. But I don't want Facebook knowing when my birthday is, and I don't want Google knowing what my real birthday is, because that's one of those special numbers that can give people access to your medical information. They can use that for other finance things. So just be really careful about the information you divulge online. I know a lot of stuff is there anyways, but as finance advice, um, think about what you're posting and think from a nefarious side of things. What could someone use your information for that you're posting? And maybe you shouldn't put that out there. And if you have really strong uh, political statements, you know, be careful, because those political statements can follow you for generations, not generation, but decades. If the wrong post is out there and it becomes part of the internet, it can affect what jobs you can get, what positions you can have, what employers will be interested in you. So be careful, and just be wise from a financial perspective. So what do you guys think? You have any comments on this? um, I'd be interested to hear what other folks think. So that's it. We'll see you. Bye.